Public policy content, objectives, theoretical dimensions, the context. What is public policy? Significance of public policy. Theoretical dimension, the context. Given its complexity, it is understandable that economists have employed a number of analytical frameworks to evaluate the formation and impacts of agricultural policy. It has been presented that these analytical frameworks in terms of four dimensions: incidence, mechanism, design, political, economic, and governance structures. These four analytical dimensions can be distinguished in accordance with their imposed maintained hypothesis or assumption and the type of failures that arises. Much of the literature treats the four dimension as separable investigative pursuits. The theoretical approaches that are primarily connected with public policy formulation are rational choice theory, incremental theory, policy output analysis, political system theory, and institutionalism, group theory, and elite theory. Beyond wide agreement that many areas of contemporary policy making are unintelligible in processes that transcend the boundaries of individual states are not taken into account. Analysts often disagree on how various global and local factors interact to produce policies and policy outcomes. The disagreement stems in part from the use of different analytic lenses and specifically from the choice between state-centric and polycentric lenses. Differentiation, the terms analytical lens and perspective which are employed synonymously are used to emphasize that state-centricism and polycentrism are not theories. If theories are conceived as coherent set of hypotheses about causal and constitutive relationship between phenomena, and analytical lens is rather a set of general assumptions which form the basis on which a number of theories can be developed. Theories based on the same state-centric or polycentric assumption may well be pointing in opposite. A polycentric theory that assigns multinational corporation a structural dominant role in the global system is clearly different from a polycentric theory that is expect a pluralistic balance of power between all kinds of non-state actors. It should be stated that at the outset that the relationship between the two lenses is not conceived here in intersectionally competitive. In some cases, it may be fruitful to contrast theories derived from the two perspectives and compare their explanatory power in relation to certain cases. Polycentric theory example: stormwater, surface water, energy, potable water, solid waste, and waste water. What is public policy? Public policy can be generally defined as a system of laws, regulatory measures, courses of action, and funding priorities concerning a given topic promulgated by a governmental entity or its representatives. In-depth discussion, public policy generally consists of set of action, plans, laws, and behaviors adopted by a government. Concern with the new governance draws attention to the extent to which these actions are often performed now by agents of the states rather than directly by the state. A vast number of studies offer detailed accounts of the impact of the new public management and rise of the new governance with particular policy sectors, such as healthcare, social welfare, policing, and public security. Number 1, public policy making includes some step getting of agenda by policy formulation, policy adoptions, policy implementation. Number 2, public policy can be studied as producing three types of policies: distributive, regulatory, and redistributive, related with the decision-making process. It's government service. Not all government policy are implemented by government employee. Many are implemented by private organization or individual citizen, and the involvement of the private sector in implementation continue to increase. We must understand this if we are to avoid an excessively narrow definition of public policy as one those programs directly administered by public agency. A number of agricultural, social, and health policies involve the use of private agency operator with the sanction of and in the name of government. Significance of public policy. Public policy plays a crucial role in forming the guidelines and principles of the society, so they are necessary part of the governing and politics. Since public policy is formed as a collective effort between governments, institutions, and even regular citizens, it is an important and effective way to have your voice heard, since politicians and parties change every few years, so do the possession of views held by the majority or by those in office. Of course, politicians can be voted out and removed from power, but the public policies they uphold are more difficult to move. Goal-oriented, all public policies have the ultimate aim to fulfill certain goals the government has in mind. The reason for the formation and implementation of these policies is the welfare of the citizen of the nation. So the government can use public policies to implement government programs to achieve their goals. Number 2, result of government action. Public policy is the result of the collective of all government actions. So the action and activities of all government officials collectively integrate to form public policy. The entire legal structure of countries stand on collective action of its representatives, from the action of the highest judge in the land of the lawyers and clerk forms the basis of judiciary. Number 3, defects concern the government. Public policy is the solution to a problem the society is facing. This means the solution, the betterment of the society, has the sanction of the government. So it is of the great importance to entrepreneurs and businessmen in the country. They need assurance that the government is looking after their concerns and economic interests as well. Number 1, the problem definition. Number 2, agenda setting. 3, policy development. 4, policy adoption. 5, policy implementation. And 6, policy evaluation. Those are. Thank you.